saw that you submitted the pull request to add those descriptions, so thank you for doing that.
Oh yeah. This was the to do that I had following our discussion, right, about the descriptions, and I think Jan merged it already.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did. Yeah, so you did descriptions for primitive execution environment, implementation platform, certification level, mode, padding, okay.
Yeah.
Crypto functions, classical security levels, okay. And then NIST quantum security level.
Yeah,
Okay.
so basically I tried to cover all the algorithm properties descriptions there. And
Oh, that's
also where we have enums, basically try to explain all the entries into enums in the description field there.
yeah, no, that's great. Um, yeah, because I know we struggled with the primitive execution environments, and I think there was one other that we kind of had trouble with. Okay, cool. Um, let's see, where is that PR? I actually haven't looked at it, but I guess I probably should. So this was the pull request that I was mentioning that was on LinkedIn. And this is adding, I think you've made some changes to this variant parameter, if I remember right. Was that correct?
Yeah, we did, yeah. And if in this PR, they also added, I think, another field actually to capture elliptic curves, especially. So I mean, this is just against the main where we don't have all the updates.
Right.
To read, because they are, I think it's all reformatted. But yeah, here are the changes.
Yeah, this is kind of a messy PR.
I think if you search for an elliptic curve name like SECP or something, then it should appear.
What should I search for?
Like SECP.
SCEP?
SECP.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Let me see.
No. Yeah, it's kind of a messy PR. I don't know why.
I think that it added some spaces or tabs.
Mm.
Oh yeah, here it's. I think I found them. So if you search for EC params, yeah, here.
Oh, EC params, right? Okay. So this is what was really added then?
This is what was added, yeah, as far as I can see. And it's basically the same idea that we had with the curves.
Okay.
Curves fields, right? Um,
Yep.
Long list
Now,
of
was his list different?
yeah, some more actually, I think.
Oh, okay.
Bigger number.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would probably ping in the PR again.
Yeah,
Ask
just kind of
them.
point them to the fact that we've implemented this in curs as an enum.
Yeah, and just checking if that's sufficient or if there are particular ones that he would like to add or yeah, I mean the question about the authoritative source, right? Where does this come from? That's
Right. Okay, so EC params. Compile the list of 245 that I could find from various sources. Right. It's been quite handy with our own internal work. Okay. I would really love it if that one university that we were talking about, what was that? If, because they have the most complete list that I've seen.
hmm. Yeah, and our curves field is basically comes from that source.
Yeah. How many do they have? I mean, we have like well over 100.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have 152. That's what I wrote there.
How many do we have?
152.
So they have 100 more than we do, roughly 90-ish, 95 or something more than we do. Interesting. Where did they get that list from?
From various
Hmm.
sources.
From various sources. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Hold on one second. Okay. Got a repair person coming to the house soon. Um, yeah, I'd like to. I mean, I really don't want CycloneDX to be the authoritative source if we can avoid it. Um, um, do we want to hmm. Are you familiar with the this question for you, the 245 versus the 250 or the 150-ish that we have? Are you familiar with the specific curves that are not on our list?
I think I haven't checked all of them actually, but there are some Yeah. Just if I look at some entries that they have added, it seems to be some more, let's say, generic one entries, like
Mhm.
256-bit random ECP group, which I think is more a generic description rather than a specific curve.
Right. Yeah, I
Um,
saw that too.
then and then I think actually I didn't include all of the curves from the source that
Mm,
we
okay.
used. So there might be some more there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I can probably do. Just look at the delta and check back with the person if they are if it would be helpful to include them in our list.
Yep. Um, what was the, oh, let's see. Okay, so you were copied on that. Um, yeah, you were copied on that email to that university as well, right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Trying to find that. No, that's from way back in. Never mind, that's the wrong email. Um, um,
Just looking for it.
yeah, my search foo is my it's just not working today. I don't know where the hell it's at. Unless it was sent to this email address. I wouldn't think it would be, but nope. Oh, actually, no, that's the wrong year. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's my search index is messed up on my email client. Um, what's the URL to that university again? Do you have it handy? That's kind of what I was looking for.
Mm. I mean, they
Because
they copied the page of this here.
what's this? Oh, yeah, this was not what I was thinking of. This is the first time I've seen this one.
Mm-hmm. I give them the sub page here.
Hmm.
It's under STD. Go up there.
Is that what it is? Oh, yeah, this is the one. Yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah, this is a Center for Research
Mm.
on Cryptography and Security. Yeah.
Oh, it says the database currently contains 245 curves. That's the same number that
Oh, it is. Yes, it
for
is.
request, right? This
Out
is
of which 197 are unique. Ah,
so it
if we're,
might be
yeah,
that I only picked the unique ones. Not sure. Yeah.
yeah, I would rather just focus on the unique ones.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what's the better approach, but I mean, if only focus on the unique ones,
yeah,
one should know if one knows one name of the curve, right? One has to know the other name as well,
right.
which might be a bit difficult depending on on the use case. It'd
Hmm.
actually be easier to match than the unique the duplicates.
I wonder how different the names actually are. Oh, here's the GitHub link up here. Did you is there a machine readable, yeah, schema JSON? The curves are stored in JSON files grouped by category. So this is kind of where you saw that schema, that JSON. Oh, okay, this just defines the schema and then um, got it. So you basically ended up parsing all these to create that list, then, right?
Yeah, there. Yeah, I'm not sure if there is actually somewhere a JSON with all of them combined.
Right.
Um, I think I just copied them from the website.
Oh, is that what you did? Okay. Sounds
Maybe.
painful. Yeah, they definitely have a lot of data about the curves, which we don't really need for our purposes. Well, does everyone actually have an OID?
I don't think so, no.
Hmm. Yeah, looks like it's optional. Oh.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's a really good source because it has all of that information in JSON format,
yeah,
right? Not in
yep.
a list form as we have it, I think, but with yeah, additional metadata like the real what the parameters are that are used and
Uh-huh.
what curve it is and so on.
Yeah,
Mhm. And it yeah, it seems to be updated, right? So October 12th.
right, exactly. Okay. But again, this is under like an individual's GitHub organization rather than the university sponsoring the work, I think. So that's because this is the university's website. I think it's a university, isn't it? Or or is it just a nonprofit or what? Center for Research on Cryptography and Security. Oh yeah. What's up? Okay, okay, okay. I've got the repair people at the. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, ideally we would want the university to host this in their GitHub organization and be like part of the, maintainers maintaining this stuff rather
Mhm.
than an individual, a PhD student, it looks like. Hmm. Do you know how long Nicholas is going to be gone?
Um, no, I think, but
You're going to be out a week or two?
no, he might be even back tomorrow. Actually, at
Oh,
least that's
oh,
what
okay.
it says in his on his Slack. But
It's a short vacation.
yeah, maybe just recovery day.
Got it.
I will ping him otherwise and ask if he has some feedback
Okay.
um, tomorrow.
Okay. I'm going to what I think I'll do is maybe create a quick and dirty Python script that parses this directory structure, looking for curves, and then of course looking for all the curves within these JSON files to create like one master enum list.
Hmm.
And um, where should I put that? Should I?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll submit a pull request for him because he has a looks like he has some actions, some GitHub actions. So on maybe on commit or something, we can just refresh that enum list so that list actually stays up to date with you know all this information, so it never gets out of sync type of thing. Um, we're getting fairly close to. Just let me give you just a couple updates here on the ECMA side. We're getting really close at this point to officially launching TC54. The vote is taking place at the ECMA General Assembly December 5th and 6th. So one of those 2 days, a couple of things will be voted on. One, OWASP becoming a member of ECMA, and two, the formation and charter of TC54. So that's all good news. So that will be a thing. Um, Obviously, ServiceNow, IBM founding members, along with Bloomberg, and I believe Lockheed Martin will also be a founding member as well. Um, Others obviously are welcome to join. Um, So that's taking place. We are trying to, we're having our first TC54 call in mid-December. I think it's scheduled for like the 14th or something. One of the things that we're doing on that call is providing an update for where are we with Cyclone 16. So I'll be providing that update. The what we're trying to get out of that meeting is kind of a roadmap for where we need to be timeline wise, so that we can kind of fit into the ECMA schedule, so that we can get CycloneDX 16 into an ECMA standard in the middle of the year. That's kind of the goal. But there's a couple of things that need to transpire, I believe, starting in late February, in order for us to be able to get there. So I'm going to be coming back with if there's any kind of immediate ask for this group in terms of getting things done before whatever deadlines we will have, so that we can ensure that we can get at that ECMA release out by middle of the year. Now we'll release Cyclone 16 under OWASP before then, so our release schedule is independent of ECMA's. But we still need to be able to meet those ECMA timelines. But we envision that Cyclone 16 with the full CBOM support will be available sometime in March-ish. So that's fairly realistic.
Right, and then for ECMA, it's independent, you said, right? And they will base it on the release afterwards.
Yep, exactly. So that's good news. I will, like I said, I'll let you know if there's anything the group needs to do between now and whatever that date is in February, to be able to get to that point for a mid-year ECMA certification of CycloneDX 1.6 before, probably, let's see, we won't have a call. We'll probably have a couple of weeks where we don't have a call, obviously because of the holidays. So, but we'll plan on having a call at least for the next 2 weeks, and then maybe the remaining 2 weeks we probably won't, would be my guess. Between now and then, I'm going to work on what I'm going to do is, I was kind of on the fence on externalizing all those enums, because it ended up being quite a big list of things we were externalizing, and I was looking at it and it just looked wrong. And I got to thinking that, if you look at like a programming language, for example, and you're dealing with, I don't know, Java 1.8 or something, and it's obviously not going to have, some of the newer algorithms that maybe a more modern version of the language has. So some of what I'm trying to focus on, I think, is just externalizing the things that are absolutely required to be externalized. Meaning that we're going to continue to release updated versions of the spec on a yearly basis. And I think for most use cases that should be fine. But what I'm kind of leaning toward is just externalizing the curves at this point, because it's such a long list. And if we can get to the point where it can be authoritative at the same time, then that would be ideal. Now, that means that if we externalize only the curves, then we will need a way to say other on some of these other enums, just so people can continue to use the spec, even though maybe something isn't populated. And I think we already have that in place, if I remember correctly, for all the other enums.
Yeah. It should be in all of them. I think in that case, we'll have to double check just, right, that it's there.
Yep.
But yes, I mean we have for that purpose, right? So because we have a closed list, but still want to express that it's something else.
Yep. The other option that we might have at our disposal for the curve specifically under TC54 is a task group that is kind of chartered to kind of maintain an authoritative list.
Mm-hmm.
So think of it as kind of like a review team for accepting new curves into an authoritative list type of thing. So that is a possibility that we do have at our disposal. As a employee of an ECMA member, Basil, you are welcome to attend any and all ECMA TC54 meetings as a member. So we can have an unlimited number of people from each ECMA member organization attend the meetings. So it doesn't have to be just Matt Rukowski, for example. I mean, you're more than welcome to attend. Nicholas is more than welcome to attend. So just kind of keep that in mind, especially as we, maybe we have agenda items that talk about things like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
certainly. Yeah.
Um, um, the other thing I'm going to be working on in the next week or so is the protobuf and the XML schemas for this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'll be overly difficult. Um, um, but I'm working on the same thing for the attestations part of the spec that we are working on simultaneously on 1.6. So I'm going to be doing the same thing over here because sometime in December we're going to start the standardization process for what we have for CBOM.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I don't know if you've ever seen it, but that means, let's see if we go to standardization process. This is kind of the what we do and kind of the workflow that actually transpires between the various OWASP groups and TC54 for us to be able to push out individual features, CBOM being a feature, into the spec. And then once we have enough features, then this is kind of the workflow that we go through to actually release that, at least within TC54, excluding the ECMA specific stuff. But anyway, we're going to be, I'm going to initiate this workflow sometime in December because
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have to meet some kind of February deadline.
Yeah. So
So
currently with the CBOM, then we are in the prototype state. I see it.
that's correct. Yep. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
So the sooner I can get that XML protobuf and some examples done, the sooner we can then make that a feature candidate and promote that to TC54. Again, we're having our first meeting on the 14th. We're having the next one, I think, on January 11th. So I'm hoping to have, CBOM and the at the stations part of the spec actually on the agenda items for that January 11th meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
so I guess between now and then, if there's anything in the spec that we're not happy with in terms of things that we might want to change that would be breaking, and I don't care about like necessarily like missing a few things, right? Because we can always add things to the specification in the future.
Mhm.
Um, but if there's anything that that would be like a breaking change, let's get that stuff in now. So if there's anything that's kind of been keeping you up at night in terms of just something that not quite right with the spec, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I will have a look at again at if we have some open items remaining.
okay,
Also have our repository that we want to get in, but I think we addressed already quite a lot of them.
okay, yep,
Yeah. But I will check until our next meeting.
okay. Are you going to be at that Black Hat? Are you going to be at this Black Hat talk? This one right here?
Mm, at Europe.
Yeah, this is Black Hat Europe. Again, these are the same folks that created that LinkedIn uh, post talking about CBOM.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that will be a good idea if it's at least if it's online.
Yeah, I don't know if it's hybrid or what it is. I'm not sure, but I'll put the link in the chat window here so you have it.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it would be great if we had someone attend from our CBOM group. Um, I mean, Daniel's pretty well known. Um, I did not know Mark, probably because I'm not in the cryptography space. And then we've got two people from Microsoft, one from Microsoft, one from GitHub. So, London. Okay. Is there anything that we wanted to cover in today's meeting, or should we just work on some of these things asynchronously offline?
Yeah, I think that's what we can do. Yeah, yeah, just I mean you wondered about the process, right? But that you outlined before, so yeah, that's good to know. I
Yeah.
think I mean as part of that release process, there will be a I suspect also like writing the guide with
Mhm.
examples of CBOM, right?
Yeah, exactly. In fact, that's what we're doing on the attestation working groups right now. We're actually complete with the spec. The spec is done. Um, Again, I'm turning that part of the spec into JSON and or into XML and protobuf. But yeah, the working group hours are remaining, and the team is actually working on the guides.
Mhm.
So yeah, if we could do the same, I think the specification at this point is pretty far along. I think we might want to maybe revisit the dependency types just to make sure that we have them exactly the way we want them, because that's something we can't necessarily go back on. Where we had, I think, the three different dependency types, if I remember correctly. So we'll just make sure that those are exactly what we want. Um, but yeah, we can, I think at this point we can probably think about starting writing the guides, at least coming up with an outline for what that might look like. Um, the guides are in, this repository. I just sent you the link in the chat window. But we have the SBOM guide. We're currently working on the attestation guide. And then we have a directory. I think it's mostly empty for CBOM. Yeah, it's empty. But yeah, we just basically follow the existing directory structure. Um, but yeah, let's come up with an outline for what it is that we want to talk about. I know you guys have got a lot of technical documentation in
Hmm.
Markdown already, so we can absolutely reuse a lot of that,
Yeah.
which will be great. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
just
have,
coming out with an outline, I think would be a really good first step.
yeah, we have some like the README of our repository and examples markdown file that
Okay.
I think we can build on. It's yeah, I mean it's still yeah, it's still need to be careful, right, to update it to our final structure that we have, so that's not
Yep.
describing something else. And yeah, thanks for the link. I will then also have a look at the other guides. And right, I mean, if there is a common structure, right, that would be good to follow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but if I just go into like the SBOM guide, for example, um, images that are specific to the guide go into an images folder right there. But basically, all these things like the 0x, 01, all these things go in numerical order. Major chapters like start with like incrementing like the tens digit. So the one, the two, the three, those are major like chapters. And then if you have like additional things, if the markdown is just too big and you want to kind of break it up, maybe add a 31, 32, etc., all part of the same chapter is kind of the format in which we're doing it. So fairly straightforward. I mean, some there's a few like specific things that we use for like this case, for example, this is just a page break because we generate PDFs for the guides. But when this is used for online documentation, this is obviously hidden, right? So, but yeah, there's just a few things like that that we do, but for the most part, it's fairly self-explanatory. It's not overly difficult. And then we actually have a build process that actually builds the guides for us and then generates a PDF.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's good. Can yeah, can have then probably a look at our markdowns and refactor. Then maybe as a first step, a little bit try to bring them in that format.
okay, sounds good. Let's see. I know we had, let's see, I don't know where it's at. Recent, yes. Yeah, I'm not seeing it here. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I didn't save it. Okay. Well, I'll let you go then. Um, I think we both have kind of enough to do offline to keep us busy for a while in our spare time with our day jobs.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have a great rest of your day, Basil, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Cheers. All right, bye bye.